Hi everyone, Gary Nicholson here for weatherweb.net. This is your look ahead video today. It's Thursday the 30th of October. Thank you for watching. Let's take a look then through the charts for the next few days. First of all, this is for Friday, and we've got that warm feed of air moving up from the south again. We've got a very mild, warm day for the last day of October, and no doubt the newspapers keeping their theme going of it being the hottest Halloween on record. Simon has very nicely dusted off his soapbox and has got a special video for you on the weather website. Check it out if you want to see a little bit more information and perhaps a little bit more truth about this particular record. Out towards more western parts of Britain and Ireland though, this cold front making its way in from the west, producing rain, and that rain gradually encroaching further in as we go towards the back end of the day, slowly making its way eastwards overnight into Saturday. There's the position of that front as we go through into Saturday morning. Bits and pieces of patchy light rain still hanging around in the far southeast, but just generally a cloudy start, and that front having weakened considerably. Through the day though, this next set of fronts moving in from the Atlantic, producing rain fairly soon across Ireland, that rain extending into many western parts of Britain as we go through into Saturday afternoon, with the winds increasing from the southwest as well. In between, a little bit brighter, and again staying fairly mild, but not as warm as Friday, temperatures around a 15 or 16 in the south, and nearer to a 13 or 14 in the north. By Sunday, that front makes its way further eastwards, I think getting a bit more stuck across the south and southeast of England, so it could be a spell of rain here for a longer period during the day on Sunday, and slowly making its way towards the east, brightening up across more western areas. Across western Scotland, Ireland though, across Wales, showers feeding in from the west and seeing rain from time to time. Again, it's central and northeastern areas of England that are likely to stay driest and brightest through the day on Sunday, and temperatures a few degrees down, maybe nearer to a 15 in the south and a 12 in the north. For Monday, those temperatures still continuing to make their way downwards. Low pressure is centred to the northwest of Britain. An unsettled day with showers feeding in on a brisk westerly breeze. Most of these out towards the western side of the country, across the south of England as well. One or two showers always moving through on the breeze from west to east, but the heaviest and most frequent of them out towards the west. And temperatures near to a 13 or a 14 in the south and a 10 or an 11 in the north. By Tuesday, low pressure is still across the country. That cooler air is slowly sinking across all areas. Again, we've got a high of around 13 in the south and around a 9 or a 10 in the north. Frequent showers across Scotland, the western side of England and Wales, also around into the English Channel. Again, it's central eastern areas that fare better for staying dry. A few showers moving down these eastern coasts, I think, from time to time, if the breeze just picks up from the north and the low centres slightly further towards the east. Showers ease away those who go through into midweek, a bit of high pressure building in. Still got a cool breeze from the northeast, one or two showers maybe on this southeastern corner, but brighter skies for many, and maybe starting the day with a touch of frost across northern parts of Britain, across into the Midlands, with temperatures down close to freezing in rural areas. And then looking like dropping cool overnight into Thursday as well. Let's have a look at some of the longer range charts as we go through the week ahead then. This is where we are at the moment. This is from the European Ensemble model. There's the big ridge, the big plume of warm air coming up from the south as we are at the moment. Big area of low pressure and trough in the upper heights out in the mid-Atlantic. And the warm air really well across Western Europe, Spain and Portugal and even parts of France, seeing temperatures well into the high middle 20s Celsius, but much more unsettled out towards the east. Some rain and thunderstorms and much cooler conditions continuing out in the eastern side of Europe. It's all changing though as we go through the days ahead. This is the European chart for the 3rd of November, so through into early Monday. The trough getting in across many parts of Western Europe, slowly pushing frontal systems eastwards and becoming unsettled across Western Europe, France and Spain as well. And the ridge becoming more confined away towards the east, so improving conditions gradually coming through here. For the 6th of November, that trough becoming cut off a little bit more towards the south. Some really unsettled conditions likely to develop here then across the south of France into northern Italy and perhaps parts of Spain as well. There's a big area of low pressure winds up here and produces quite a bit of rain, so it could be a news story as we go through into the middle and latter part of this upcoming week. Across the British Isles though, it's low pressure that looks like being centred away towards the northwest, and we're in a generally westerly pattern as we go towards the back end of the week. After that little bit of high pressure that got in, doesn't look like it's lasting for too long before a cool, changeable westerly pattern comes in, but temperatures probably not quite as cool as they were earlier on in the week, and nearer to what would be considered the seasonal average. Just looking towards the 9th of November, it looks like we're still in a generally west, perhaps southwesterly pattern. Ridge of high pressure just trying to build in towards the southwest, but it looks like we're still a little bit mixed with fronts coming in from the Atlantic and grazing past northern Britain from time to time. Doesn't look desperately unsettled, and most of the rain and showers typically around the northwest of the British Isles, better towards the south and the east. This is total rainfall though, right through to the back end of the week. This is until the 7th of November then, so next Friday, and a lot of rainfall showing up across Western Europe. That big change to much more unsettled conditions in this part of the world. But high pressure is still generally hanging on away towards central eastern areas, considerably drier here, with very little if any rainfall. And there's the rain getting into the western side of Scandinavia and the western side of the British Isles too. Just a glance then to finish off with at the upper air pattern. This is the 500 millibar chart from the ECMWF on the left and the GFS on the right. This is the day 7 to 10 day mean, and this takes us right through then till the 9th of November. So it's the period at the back end of next week through that weekend. What we've got then is a fairly strong jet stream pattern. We've got a westerly across the Atlantic on both models fairly consistently, with lower than normal heights away towards the north, higher heights away towards the south. Notice as well the quite deep trough that's digging in across southern parts of Europe. That's consistent on both models as well, in fact, so there's some good consistency there between the two in keeping the block of high pressure and higher than normal heights at 500 millibars away towards the eastern and northeastern parts of Europe. So both models are not doing too bad. Looks like they've got some agreement. I think we can build the story as we go through the week ahead then. So the main theme overall then is this cooling off in temperatures as we go through into next week. Not desperately cold, but cooler than what we will have been used to, and certainly much cooler than this roaster of a Halloween. I think dust off the barbecue and enjoy your evening, and I think Simon's probably about to throw something at me, so I better leave it there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.